I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, and nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long. I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
Okay.
So thank you for coming on, Queen. So I see somebody I want to really talk. Oh, y'all, I don't know. Look, y'all, this is our first. This is an inaugural situation, so I might mess up a little bit. But can we bring in? I see one of the people who we just thanked, one of the YouTube reporters. Yeah, please. Can we get her on? You all, this is. I'm in your shoes. I'm in your I'm on your shoulders. Like, I'm new to this. I'm already having technical difficulties, but I saw you in the chat. Like, oh my God! Thank you for gracing us with your presence. I'm all ears.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. You know, I'm your like one of your biggest fans. I always review your video on my live stream. I'm like, Jedidiah dropped another bomb on us today. So yeah, I'm a big fan of yours, and I appreciate your work that you're doing for the village of Dolton. And you know, I'm from Chicago, and actually, nobody knows this, but I got a couple of people that live in Dolton. So.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm from that area. I grew up around Wild 100s in Chicago. But yeah, I appreciate the work that you're doing in Dolton. I wanted to talk about Andrew Holmes. I don't know if you want to talk about him or you want to stay on Mike Smith.
No, you're the expert. We're going with you. Let's go. What's up? Talk about it.
So it's really heartening, is disheartening for me to see. I do get messages in my Instagram about Andrew Holmes, about previous victims. And I just read something that you had, and I shared it on my live stream today, that he had several victims out there, almost 15 victims. Is that what you guys have? About 15 victims?
So we got about 15, but only 12 of them are sexual assault. 3 of them
Oh,
are other things.
okay. I just have a ask for people. You know, it's okay to us, and this from black folk to talking to black people. It's okay for us to, you know, give the information to like you and I. But if we're talking about children, we need to be contacting the proper authority. I just felt so bad. This lady was in my email box or inbox saying that a friend of her kid was sexually assaulted by Andrew Holmes, allegedly. So, of course, I'm asking, okay, did they talk to the school about this?
Wait. And they told you that they told you the school that they went to and all of that?
She didn't tell me the school that she went to. She gave me the name. I know the name of the victim. She did give me the name.
Do they live in Dolton?
I know they don't live in Dolton. You know what? I'll screenshot it to you and send it to you.
The only reason why I'm asking you this is because this is what you're saying. It is the friend of the person.
Okay.
They can actually put you in touch with them. That's one of the individuals who messaged me.
Okay. Okay.
So it's interesting, and that's a good question. I don't want to like come at anybody, but yeah, they're coming to us, but they really should be going to the police.
Yeah. And you know what? And I'm not saying don't come to us, but I'm saying, hey, kill, you know, do both of those things, you know. And just because these are children that we're talking about. These are not adults. It's different when you have adults involved, but these are not adults. These are children that we're talking about. And for us to just say, oh, you know, here's the information. I don't live in Dolton. I live in Michigan right now. You know, so, I mean, I could, you know, point you in the right direction or put a tip into the police, but You know, you have people at the school that deal with this kind of stuff, and also your local authorities. So that was my only. It's just heartbreaking, you know, when I hear that kind of stuff, and we just like, oh, they're talking about it now. You know what I heard. You know, it's like, you know, it might be too late, or this is a continuous thing. You know, we don't know how many people he's assaulted.
Allegedly since he was
Allegedly.
coming out of high school.
I know.
That is absolutely it's astounding to me because there is this perception that he's untouchable, unreachable, too big, or there's this shame factor where people don't want to be targeted by the public or doubted. Like this is a real thing, and people say, "Well, the police haven't done anything." Well, I believe that once there becomes some real traction, we may have a Me Too movement on our hands.
We
Exactly.
will. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we will. Especially and I get people in the chat saying, "Oh, why did they just come out now?" Well, we got to think about Andrew Holmes. He followed the media. You know, he tried to paint this picture that he's a I guess an activist, or you know, somebody who stands for justice. So he's been doing that for years. So you got to think about the victims. They probably feel in some type of way like, oh, they're not going to believe me, you know, that kind of thing.
Exactly what they say.
So, but
That's exactly what they're saying. They don't feel no one believe them. So, Shawan, you are reporting on Dolton. Can you tell me what piqued your interest, though? What got you involved? And you now one of the famous YouTubers we really appreciate. So, what got you involved?
what got me involved is I just ran across this. It was a I guess a local media post that I saw, in this ignorant ass lady acting crazy. So I was like, oh, that would be something to talk about. But once I got really into talking about the village of Dolton, since I'm from that area, I'm not from Dolton, I'm from Chicago. But since I'm from over there, I was like, okay, this could be something to really deep dive in, because you have Tiffany, young lady, first black woman mayor ever in that city.
Crazy.
You could have She has plethora of opportunities to be a true super mayor, and she hasn't lived up to her name. The name that she called herself, she hasn't lived up to that. And I think that's what really intrigued my interest, because she's like, I talk about politics all the time, and I hate to say that black people, as black people, we get you know, a lot of opportunities to do great things, but you make a mockery of it, you know, and then you have national news reporting on you, and you know, white folks looking at you like, look at this ignorant ass shit, you know. So no, really, if you really think about it, it's like you make it to a 20,000 population village, make it to national news.
It's real.
And I don't know, did you see that Fox News report?
I've seen them all.
And they were laughing about it. I think the shit is not funny to me. It's
And
it's really not funny.
so do you think that this is a race issue though? Honestly, like, is this like, do you
Oh
think that
no, no, I don't
no,
think
like,
so.
so wait, because I don't feel, and I get it, but and people say this look makes us look bad and
Mhm.
all this other stuff, but I put more focus on the black folks that's standing up to this, and I feel like they're making us look like we've had enough. And so, but do you share the sentiment that this makes us look bad? Is this going to be an effect on our culture? Like, how far in the minds of people as it relates to race do you really think that this goes?
I think it does make us look bad to a certain extent. It's certain, but you know what, I can't say it's just like, you know, because you get corruption everywhere. It's not just like the village of Dalton, and it could be any race, you know. I tend to get hard on my people, is because I know what we could achieve. I know what we could be. And I think it makes us look bad because, like, Tiffany, come on now. And I'm speaking to Tiffany like I know her. Why are you doing these things? You doing it to your own people. You see what I'm saying? That's why I get so upset about it. And but then when you have Fox, the national Fox News pick it up and on their morning show, because they never talk about that kind of stuff on their morning show, and they laughing about it. That's where I say, okay, we got to draw the line. We got to start holding our own people accountable for the shit they be doing, and not saying, oh, they doing the best they can. No, you took the damn job as a mayor. You need to answer to the people. You need to answer to the board of trustees. That's the legislative body. That's what you need to do. Not because, oh, they black and, oh, she doing the best she can. No, F that. F that. I don't know if I cuss on your platform, but forget that. You supposed to be answering to the people, you know? And just because you black and I'm black, that don't mean you don't got to answer to these people. You see what I'm
And so
saying?
I brought Nakita back on here
Hey,
because
girl.
Hey, boo.
she's a publicist. I just really want to know: do you, as a publicist, is this an indictment on the culture? Do we look bad as a people
Yeah.
because of what's going on in the?
Yeah, we do. And to be honest, and I'm a person that kind of watch all of the, the publications, whether it's Fox, whether it's CNN. I mean, come on now, Black Enterprise is writing about this. Black Enterprise is writing about the corruption that's going on in Dolton, and where we can honestly say it may not be the three of us that's on this live, but guess what? People like Fox News, like to Shawanne's point, they were dogging us out. And guess what? We couldn't do nothing but sit there and take it. Because at the end of the day, while they was funny and being funny and making a mockery out of us, they were not being inaccurate. So at what point, it's like, I think from like just being in this fight, so to speak, for so long, we have tried to pull her coat. I have personally have taken her and other trustees out to eat when I was working there, trying to rectify the situation before it even got to this, because I knew where this was coming. So for you to turn around and then go on a media tour because you just want to go be around the giants, and then you go on Roland Martin and then on Angela Yee, and you tried to get on Breakfast Club, but they hit you with that Heisman, like, no ma'am, no thanks. But it's like, you sit here and you do that because now it comes down to two things: what you want to be. Do you want to be famous, or do you want to be, infamous, or you're formidable in your history? And she's not trying to be that. She wants to be famous. I'm gonna be honest with you, I know a lot of people saying, oh, this is affecting her. I don't think it is, because it make us look bad as a culture, because she's one of us at the end of the day.
She is.
As a black person, this is so. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty interesting. So I brought on another person, Grace Levy,
Levi.
film Levi,
Yeah.
Chicago Public Schools. Unfortunately, so
Shout out to
what?
CPS. I was defending y'all last night.
So Grace Levi, fill us in. Who you are? What was your comment?
Blessings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Grace Levi. I'm kind of new, not new to the YouTube streets, but kind of new. I've been making videos, actually putting a lot of your videos together on YouTube, making the public aware of what was happening on Hell Week, just really encouraging people to support Dalton. Myself, what made me pay attention to this is because I saw a lot of Black women in politics, like just on fire. Just a lot of stories going on with mayors, not just mayors, governors, the ones, Fannie Willis. So I was looking at those, but this particular situation, what caught me was everything was really recorded in real time. This has been going on for years. So outside of remaking the videos that you have, just making sure that people know what was going on and being positive, kind of changing the narrative, because there's a lot of gossip that goes on between the YouTube streets and us in the Black community, and that's what catches us. But I figure in the midst of it, we got to kind of mix a lot of the real information that we need as far as protesting, paperwork, working on bills, it's amazing that people are actually watching meetings like this. We don't watch this stuff. Like, that's what I do. I watch the corny stuff. So now I think the conversation is expanding with the Black community. We're starting to know how government actually works, what to expect in
So,
our
so, so,
community.
so, so, so you're saying we didn't learn this when Donald Trump was the president? We didn't get it then?
Look, you're not the only one with a Chicago education. I'm from Newark, New Jersey, and there's a lot of things they don't teach us across the board. So, no, did we learn?
Okay.
No, we didn't learn. I don't think so. Not a lot of us, because that wasn't our interest.
Okay, but great. Same question to you though. Is this a reflection on Black people? Is it making us look bad as a people?
I'm going to say this. There's a lot of things in media that makes us look bad as people, because that's what it's set out to do. And if we're going to continue to pay attention to it and let it set the narrative for us, that's just the way it's going to be. We're going to have to continue just to focus in on us, get into the business, understand their laws, and recreate our communities, because we have no control. So does it reflect on us bad? Yes, maybe, but a lot of nonsense. Look at all the stuff with Donald Trump. You don't have white people saying, "Oh, it reflects our community." They're just getting through it, going through the mess, and seeing where they're going to come on the other side. So yes and no, yes and no.
You are a Hebrew Israelite.
Yes, man. No, well, not a Hebrew Israelite. I'm a Hebrew.
You're
So
a Hebrew.
yeah,
Okay,
it's kind
sorry.
of different. I don't associate myself with any type of organization. I'm straight to the book. I'm straight, reading the Bible, teaching myself, trying to be as righteous as I can be, but not perfect. Ghetto as ghetto is as ghetto does. But if I can open the book and just talk to people from a realistic perspective and kind of get God in their heart and realize that we are the people, the chosen people, and without us, this system is going to collapse. It's going to collapse. We made it. We structured it. There's a lot of us that's in big positions, but when we get there, we do things like Tiffany Henyard. But I'm going to be honest, a lot of other nations do the same thing. She's just being exposed.
So my team is gonna, because I want to vouch for YouTube. It's just kind of me appreciating the people whose shoulders I'm standing on. They're verifying that I'm on your shoulders too. So give me 1 second. We're gonna talk about that. But what I want to know from you all is when you talk about the perception. Let's just have an honest conversation. However y'all want to go with it. When you talk about this is a reflection on us as a people, and you look at how we've approached it, I guess I'm talking about myself specifically. Should we kind of like not be doing it this way in your opinion, Dan? Should we just be letting the feds do what they're doing? Are we hurting the culture talking about this every day and me going after them the way that I have?
No, I think
No.
that we need to take care of ours and hold ourselves accountable just as much as we're asking others. I think personally, and I know this is probably unpopular when it comes to, I think that the problem is overall for many, many years, and I think it's changing now, that our culture, I can't speak for other cultures, I'm gonna speak for our culture. I think it was a lot of entitlement and lack of accountability. And I feel that now what we're doing, especially in this situation, and I spoke on this yesterday, I'm seeing the silver lining because more and more people, mainly the youth, is getting more involved in the political process and people are learning. And to Ms. Levi's point, she stated, like, this has been going on. I don't think it's been at this magnitude just from working in politics as long as I have, but it's been going on and now it's just right there in our face, and I believe that we're going through a shift, and I believe that we're about to notice some changes where people are not about to be as gullible of who they're voting for and voting for Democrats just because they're black or voting for Republicans just because they're white. I think that people are going to be more and more and more cognizant of learning to vote for the cause, and that's what needs to happen.
I will say this, Jedidiah, what you're doing is amazing.
And keep going. I'm listening.
Is amazing, and not only amazing but entertaining too. We do like entertainment as Black people, so it is catching us. And just as though like what Trump do, you see how loud, obnoxious, and whatever way he comes, he gets the people going. So a lot of his base wasn't educated about some of the things they know. So everything plays a role. So I really appreciate what Jedidiah's been doing and everybody's been doing.
Yeah, I think we really need to get involved with our local election and find how local government works, even with our school system.
Yep.
Chicago has a struggling school system. Michigan, Detroit has a struggling school system. Those reasons are because people are not familiar how their local government works and how to change the dynamics of their school system. We need to start holding these people accountable. The last 12 years, and I keep on preaching this, about education. The last 12 years, these kids that's running around, running amok right now, they don't get no jobs. They don't know what to do. They sticking the mag in your face because we have failed them.
Yep.
We had literally failed these kids. And then we end up getting people like Tiffany. Tiffany was breaking into cars in 2016. The boy that we was just talking about, Michael Smith, he got a long ass rap sheet, breaking into cars, playing with girls, and because we don't get into our local election, we don't do enough investigative work before we look into these people. Oh, they black. Let's vote for them. No, that shit should be dead. We no longer vote for you because you black. We are voting for you because we did our research. We know that you're going to do the job for the people. So I mean, it's a whole thing that it's a lot of stuff that we need to take care of. But I think getting really involved in your local politics is a start.
I,
Can I add something? I'm gonna say something a little controversial because that's why I'm uncensored. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a grassroots type of person, and I have, seen communities who coming from New York. We really tried to work with the government. Not to say that they were totally corrupted, but there's sometimes that we have to take our own business in our own hand and create our own programs and then bring that to the government to possibly fund it. That's something that I think we should do. As far as school systems, I'm just, from my opinion, I have seen the school systems where I had to step out because it's based on memory. The things that they're teaching them, they really don't identify with them. I mean, our kids, and that's why you have them not really learning. So on that note, it's not easy, but I think that we should create our own charter schools and our own schools, and if not, homeschool, because we keep begging the system to fix something. This is not a new thing that we talk about every year. I just really think that we have to take more of our own weight on our shoulders. It's not going to be easy, but if we have more people who want to, focus in on what their talents is and their strengths, I think that we can pull it together outside of the government. Because my last bit is, if I'm going to vote, I will be comfortable with a collective vote because we're really not.
But I don't believe the government is going to save you. You're
at
going to have
all.
to save
At
yourself.
all.
Yeah, build our own school
Respond,
system.
and that makes me want to ask a very, very interesting
Okay.
question that all of you all. I'm sorry,
Okay.
special interview. I don't know when to jump in because y'all was just going go ahead and go ahead and go. But look, what if she doesn't go to jail? I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna do. But what if she doesn't go to jail? What happens? What do we do? We've all reported on it. We've all dealt with it. What if she doesn't go to jail?
Well, election is in 2025 for Dalton.
Yeah.
So Dalton needs to show up to the polls.
Get her out first.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
her
she
out.
got to go. And I don't think she's going to go to jail before 2025 either way. If she was indicted today and she still got to go through a court, a
Do the
trial.
trial.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's going to be on the voters in February to do what they to do.
You made the
Oh
same.
no.
He about to start, y'all. He finna start Leo. He's about to Leo. Hey, listen though. I have a cousin, and her name is, shout out to Renee Walters, and she bought a town. I don't know if you guys heard about it. She bought her and her friends bought the entire town in Georgia. It's called Freedom, Georgia. They
Okay.
bought this entire town. And what they're doing is their goal, their hope, they're trying to raise money and all of that to make this the new Wakanda, right? The real life Wakanda. And the thing is, they are building custom homes. They got their own gas station. They got their own thing. We can do that. I mean, like, we can literally bring her in. In fact, I want to put her on your show, Shawan, because I know, you saw my vote when you did your vote about what we want to talk about. I was like economic growth.
Mm-hmm.
But this lady, she's not even 40 years old. You hear what I'm saying? She
Mm-hmm.
owns the city, Freedom, Georgia, in Georgia. She will teach us for free the playbook because she want us to do the same thing. I
Mm-hmm.
brought her here. This was this February of this year. We went out to eat and everything, and I mean, like, she was driving through the neighborhood where I was, to get to where I was, and she just started like, you can get this area there. She has 96, no, she has 502 acres of land,
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
and she's not even 40. This a young black girl, Freedom, Georgia, y'all.
I pulled
So,
it up. It's nice. Yeah.
mm-hmm,
Well, I
this is
did
what we need to do.
hear about that young lady. I would love to communicate with her and see how she obtained it because I'm into real estate too. So that definitely is something that the black community needs to know to get
Yep.
assets. And that's what I think the problem was with Miss Henyard. She didn't understand finances. I'm going to say this. I've been reviewing all of these videos from back to 2021, just watching the board meetings to see what happened. And what I will say is that prior to her getting in, Dolton wasn't in the best financial situation. I'm going to be honest. From what I'm listening, they were in the deficit already. And I think that Henyard, like one of the ladies said, she came in. Oh, Miss Nakita, she came in with a good like ideas, like a good vision. I can see it, but along the way of being arrogant, not wanting to humble herself, disrespecting the actual trustees and talking down to them caused a lot of this. And as well, I'm going to say this, the trustees too, as well, they were going back and forth with her, feeding into it. So it actually escalated when it came to what we saw in the public eye. I started paying attention, and I know it came from frustration, but lack of education was the most important part. And actually, Tiffany, I noticed that she never really went to the finance meetings. So I started watching the finance meetings, and I think I saw something most recently where they were questioning at that last board meeting, the actual person that works for her that does all her financing, and him wanting to transfer money into the general account. So there's a lot of things going on, and I really think that Dolton is really in the tight situation. So the best thing is to get her out, even if she don't go to jail, to
Mm-hmm.
get her out and make sure that the next person, which I think is what is the gentleman name, the trustee name?
Jason House.
Mr. House, yeah, because he seems so amazing. I think he should have just went to try to be mayor the first time. Maybe he's a little laid back, but I pray he get in that position and he just go forward because when it comes to the trustees, and I see how they are. They are very meticulous about the budget, and that's what we need in the black
Mm-hmm.
community. So they are doing a great job, and I just wanted to name it. That was her downfall, and that is lack of education of knowing what assets is. And we look at things on the outside, and it's so good. Oh, we got a bike, her riding the bike, her doing this nonsense, but everything else was crumbling. The
Yeah.
foundation was crumbling.
I want to touch on a couple things you said about that, and you're right on most of that. So basically, like with Jason House, I want to debunk some rumors as far as with Jason and the vote. Do you know that all of the trustees had more votes than Tiffany? And if we were being technical, Jason House had the majority of the votes. So had they just went based off of votes, Jason House would actually be mayor. And it was weird. It's really kooky. So I know I hear this 82% of the vote, 82% of the vote. Yeah, it's 82% of the vote of competing against a nobody. No, literally nobody. It was just you. You should have had 100% of the vote. So, that being said, absolutely right. Also, one of the things that Dalton was dealing with, as far as from a deficit standpoint, was mainly the water bills,
Yeah.
right? And that was the thing right there. So it was like the water bills. Overall, I think they had a good sense of how to come up out this jam, right? I think they were waiting on some grants and stuff. And I know that only because when I was working there, those grants started to come in, those $1.5 million grants and things like that, which was what she did, was give seniors windows and roofs versus utilizing it towards the infrastructure. And what I believe that's what it was really supposed to be allocated for. So it was a lot of things that could have been avoided. Communication, I mean, I'll give you that. That's, in all fairness, I think communication can be better. But also, I put myself in the shoes of the trustees, because just think, I was in the room like when they were on Zoom doing these board meetings, and the way this woman, you've seen it,
Yeah, she
would
did.
disrespect adults.
Hmm.
Adults.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. I'm surprised no fight has broken out. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And not that we're looking for that, but yeah, it's been a struggle. So I agree. It's like the best thing is they just need a fresh start. And I think that with Jason House, he does have an extensive background in finance. And then you also have Kiana Belcher, who has an extensive background in finance. Then you have Brittany Norwood, who has an extensive background in real estate. And then you have Tammy Brown, who has an extensive background in HR. And then I believe Ed Steve is going to rerun for his seat. He has an extensive background in communication. So with all of them together, and they all focus on what they're strong at and their strong suit, I don't think that Dolton, I mean, it's going to take a road to get back to where they need to be, but I don't think it's going to take that long if everybody stay on task and stick to their part and do their lane.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Steve, I was watching him. I'm gonna do the greatest clips of Steve. Oh my God. I see why she wanted him out. He used to really get on her because, in a respectable way, she was very disrespectful. And he kept warning her, kept telling her, do not talk to us like this. Talk to us like adults. Let's get through this. And I can see 2 years of doing that would drive you mad. I have a question for you though. What do you think about the lawyer? Because honestly, I think the lawyer was actually the mayor. The lawyer that's leaving right now before she defend, he was the mayor. He was. Tell me what you think.
Okay, so let me explain something. With Mr. Delgado, when I was working there, I had never seen Mr. Delgado. I had never talked to Mr. Delgado. There was another attorney that was under his firm named James Vaselli. And James Vaselli, I like James Vaselli, like Jimmy, that's what we called him. And Jimmy was the person who basically had no problems with telling Tiffany, like, yeah, that's not right. That's not ethical. With me from the outside looking in, because I never had an opportunity to interact with Mr. Delgado, I think he is pulling the puppet strings. And I believe you want wholeheartedly. He is the real mayor. And I think the deputy mayor is Keith Freeman. So, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. They are pulling those puppet strings because here's the thing. One thing about Tiffany, if you pay attention to like even some of the interviews she did, remember the whole slum lord news segment when someone played that, and when the news lady walked up to her, talk to my attorney, talk to my attorney. And even when she's on the board, I mean, during the board meetings, talk to my attorney, talk to my attorney. Even when she was on the Fox News segment, I'm the face, I'm the face. Her attorney sitting there looking at her like, what the hell? But she relies heavily on the attorney. So that being said, she believes that she's okay because of them. But if he's crossing those gray lines, you can't get rid of them letters. April stated, how did Jason House receive the most of the votes? Because he just simply did not put, he didn't want to, he didn't say he wanted to be mayor. He ran as a trustee. He didn't run as a mayor, but he got more votes as trustee than she got for mayor. She only got 800 and something votes, whereas he got like 14, 1600. And Kiana was right shortly under him.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for clarifying that. I was watching. I was like, no, he's running it, and he's doing both sides, and he's getting paid. But that's just my opinion. So, yeah.
I agree with you. I think that if you're going to be a village attorney, you shouldn't be as biased. And I feel that he does not operate with the best interest of everybody. It's just the best interest of her. He served at the pleasure of the mayor.
Yeah. He is very biased, that's for sure.
Hey, you.
Hey there, how y'all doing this evening?
Good. How
All
are
right,
you?
y'all making some good sense on this live, and it's going viral all over the world, and man, this thing is hot. I don't know if I should be on this one.
Ah,
Y'all y'all
The
trying to
men
y'all
We
got
did
y'all
not
trying
too
to
say
many
y'all
all
ladies
this.
on here.
y'all trying to get me shot at. Y'all trying to get me shot at. Trying to get me
Shots
shot at.
fired. Shots fired.
But I celebrate sisters speaking up for the movement. Shout out to my dear brother Jedidiah, long time running buddy, fighting for Chicago, fighting for the downtrodden. I celebrated him, and I echo what my other good friend Dr. Nakita was saying. Um, Give me a little backstory. I too was a strong supporter of Tiffany. We were friends. At one point, I did advise her on a lot of things politically, especially when it comes down to being mayor of Dolton. I remember when she was a trustee and she was going at a rally, the predecessor, Raleigh Rogers, a lot of the things that he was doing, and she was getting at him about a lot of the decisions and all that, and I was like, man, because Tiffany had a nice following. I mean, like she had a lot of people with her. She was doing marches and different protests and meetings and all that. And then you get to see, and she started off real good. She had a strong showing. All of us, the whole activism community, preachers, even she didn't got Father Flagger to come from the city out, and we marching, saying stop the violence, save the children, all that good stuff. But um, um, outside of all of that, something happened. I guess when a Negro get a taste of some power, you give a Negro some power, you give a nigga a microphone, give a nigga some money. You know, those are the three worst things you can give them. It's some money, the microphone, and some power.
Not the microphone.
And
Negroes
you
start
gave her that,
Negroing.
all of a sudden, F you, F you, F you, I don't need you, whatever, I can do this
Yeah.
without you. And then what took me out, and what made me question our friendship, like, yo, what's up with the Nino Brown skit? You went in there like wait, what the hell is going on? I mean, you are the mayor of Dolton, you are the supervisor of Thornton Township, two seats that we ain't supposed to have, let alone. You broke the barrier and you became the first black woman mayor of Dolton. They ain't never had that. You're the youngest mayor of Dolton. So there's all kind of different groups that she's representing, from the young people to the women to the Democratic Party, and you making us all look bad, and they're looking at young people around the country like, are we gonna ever elect another young elected official after this? If a young person is in power now that's speaking, ignorantly, not articulately, uh, misusing the funds, taking trips to Vegas, shopping sprees, first class flights, uh, uh, four different Tahoes. You got security like the mayor of Chicago, then you taking them around the country. You firing your chief of police, bringing in another guy who is an abuser. Then on top of that, when it comes down to you finally saying, I got the receipts. Tiffany, we've been waiting on these receipts. Where are they? You had an ample time opportunity. So I said, my hands off of it, and I'm joining a movement. Fire Tiffany, fire Tiffany. She must go. She must. You ain't listening. You ain't trying to hear what we got to tell you. Like sis, you veering way too far to the left. You way in left field. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I try to mediate. I try to, a lot of people don't like me, and that's okay. I'm cool with that. But a lot of people that do love me, love you too. But at the end of the day, we have to, stick with the facts, stick with the people. And I'm all about the people. At the end of the day, we have to really truly be about the people. And I believe that she's lost sight of that.
Yeah.
And this is the time now where she has to just cut her losses. It's over, sis. Just, hey, try another field of work. You want to be a reality TV star so bad, do a reality TV show. Do something.
Event promotion, because the girl know how to throw a party. I
She
tell you.
know how to throw a party, yeah. But do you really think Tiffany, and you guys know Dr. Nakita, and it sounds like Mr. Randall, you know Tiffany better than I do. Tiffany only seems like a person you'll have to drag her. She has to get arrested for her to step down. Somebody or voted out. She's not going to be the person, oh, I'm going to do my service for the people because I'm for the people. I'll step down. She's not going to do that. So do you really think she will actually step down willingly? So Tiffany, if she doesn't go to jail before election time, she'll have to get voted out. And I think that's where we come in. We got to keep on talking about Tiffany Henyard until she's out the seat of Dolton. That's just my own personal opinion.
I agree. Also, I want to add something. What happened to our police chief? Or maybe you can help us as well, Miss Nakita. Dr. Nakita. The old police chief, why was he pushed out and replaced? What happened between those two? Because I'm trying to figure out, because I'm going to keep myself on Lacey, his and what he's been doing. That's what I'm focusing on. So I want to see how that bridge happened.
He refused to comply.
Yeah.
There's an active lawsuit there, but he refused to
What
comply.
What's his name? Because I got two active
Chief
employment law.
Collins,
Okay, Chief.
Rob Collins. Yep.
Oh, okay, because I didn't see. I'm going to look because I have a few lawsuits up for
hmm
two employees and then one other person that's suing because Keith and Miss Tiffany promised him his business to be open and licensed, and then it got to him that
Oh, the
alleged.
barber shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're gonna read that tonight. I'm gonna be
Go
reading
to,
that
I
tonight.
forgot which month that was. Sherry, if you're in the live, if you could tell us what month that was. He came to the board meeting, you all. I don't know if you remember him. Chawanne, I knew you then. So he cried up there on the podium and he begged the mayor to give him his business license.
I think
He literally, he cried. It wasn't that long ago
he filed
before
this
he,
in April 23rd. So we're gonna read this.
It probably was in February or
yeah,
January, one of those.
yeah,
Yeah,
he cried and he touched my heart
yeah, it was
so much. Like
sad.
it was sad. And I mean, as a grown man, and like he said, I'm a grown man. I am begging, I am crying. Like he really, really, really wanted to get his business open, and it's beautiful. His barbershop is beautiful. So for them to give him this much rigmarole to get him open, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, it's pay to play. It's pay to play.
You
Yeah,
gotta, you got,
Yeah.
you gotta pay to play.
yeah,
You gotta pay to
yeah,
play, pretty much.
yeah.
Or she wants it. She wanted. She want this property, just like she wanted the other property, the food bank. So I can't understand this woman and how she think that this is going to actually work. You the mayor and you're scooping up properties, stopping people from opening properties. I honestly, y'all gonna say I'm a little to the left. That's why I think she's dealing with something more. And I'm, Levi is because I'm from the tribe of Levi Haitian. I think she's dealing with some black magic or something. Something not right with her level of thinking and the things that she thinks she can get away with, and she has been getting away with. That's what y'all need to
Well,
think about. What is the cloak that's over this woman? And I'm just gonna shut up.
Well,
And even her supporters are cult like.
oh yeah, they're very cultish. Cultish.
well,
Um,
one thing I did notice, she definitely did a transformation and been spending some good money on the makeover because
oh no
something happened.
wigs.
You
No,
know,
Makeup wigs,
well, them
pre
wigs look
pre
good.
mail and to not mail. That $300,000 looking good. That nigga, she keep her fresh fit.
like another
Her face
person.
She keep her
BB.
makeup done real good, and she looking good.
Another
She
She
look
she
good,
person.
does
but
look
damn,
good.
Jedidiah, I wanted to
going out
ask
there the
you,
first thing with with them handcuffs.
how you doing,
So,
Jed?
so look, I want to before we and you guys are doing an amazing job having the conversation. I kind of like this professional type. So, but I want to play a video, and I want to switch gears for a second because this is something that has been talked about very widely. And I want to play a video, and then I want to kind of ask you guys your perspective of what you think is happening. Play the video.
Okay.
Aye. Trustee Tammy Brown. Aye. Trustee House. Aye. Trustee Belcher. Present. Motion passed.
And so this video is widely being talked about because it is a vote for Mayor Pro Tem. And in the video, you have the trustees voting, and Trustee Kiana Belcher, who I love dearly, she votes present. She doesn't vote aye. She votes present, which is basically saying that she's here. And that kind of struck people as weird. Does anybody have an opinion or insight of what we're looking at?
I was watching it. I mean, as far as them making him, temporary mayor just for that second, it's just to get bills through. I don't know if Miss Kiana wants to play that role. Maybe that's probably why. I really didn't notice that she had said present because I was more on the fact that they're gonna put him as temporary or pro temp mayor to make sure that stuff get done. But it could be a little saltiness. That's gonna be my next thing. I'm telling y'all what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Miss Belcher's greatest faces because she can't hide her face. So she be up there like, so maybe she feel away. Us is it is what it is. But
I
I
think
really think that
so. I
she's
think that she just wasn't feeling well, and I think that it came off that way. Like, she just wasn't feeling well that day. I have talked to her. It's still good love. Is no bad energy amongst the team or anything like that. Honestly, I think that she just either probably didn't even hear the question properly, and when you don't, the one thing you don't want to do, because it's happened before, is vote yes on something you should be voting no on, or you feel you should vote no on. So if you didn't fully is present, because I mean they still got the board majority no matter which way you flow, but then you don't want to be on the record saying that you was with something that you wouldn't. But from what I understand, she just wasn't feeling well that day, so we just charged it to her head and not her heart.
I just turned it to Miss Belcher. I made all them faces. You a good PR person, girl. I'm
Dr.
just gonna shut
Nakita
up.
blaming it
No,
on
I
mental
think
health.
she got a good heart, but honestly, that was
Yeah,
real.
that's the
Keep it
PR
here.
answer.
Keep it
You
here.
want the
So
Mental
baby
real
girl,
mental
keep
answer?
it
health
here.
my ass. She
If you
fucking
want
up.
the real answer.
I'm gonna shut
No, 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 no. So I really want to say this, you guys. Look, now, what people don't understand is that these trustees, it's a part time job, but they have been overextended
Yeah.
with this fight.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
believe that day she just was tired, and she really her mind she was there, but at the same time, y'all got a meeting after event, after interview, after research, after investigation, and so I really wanted to pull that out because. I get it that people would wonder what is going on, but I really want people to understand that these trustees are going through a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
administration is so combative and not cooperative with them that it is taking a toll on these individuals who then have to still work a job because they're not getting as much as she's getting.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also have to, they got to figure out the information another way because they're not getting it. And so saw a lot of people talking about it. I wanted to get opinion on it, but yeah, I believe that we need to do an even more job of appreciating and covering these trustees
Mm-hmm.
in this very important time.
I
Mm-hmm.
agree. And even to that point, they did two media interviews that day. In addition to work and all of that. So it was crazy. And it was a rainstorm.
But Darius said, "Mental health, my ass. You're fucking up. You're fucking up. Money, money, right?"
I can't stand him.
They really keep trying to make people stay in Dalton.
Right.
No,
I'm
I
not
would.
gonna
I think was
respond to that.
it be the board, the trustee, or PR? I would not be a trustee. Like, nope.
Look, I literally aspire to be an alderman. I have no. If I was to run, you know what? I don't even think I would get elected at this point. But there's no way I would be able to handle this. I would have been kick those damn stands over. Like, you gonna give me them damn documents? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna send some hackers to get these.
Here go, look, 3-hour meetings, all my answers will be present because I'm gonna be asleep.
Yeah, government.
In the words of Tiffany at that board meetings, y'all out of order. Y'all out of order. Y'all out
I
of
know.
order.
Good government is not fun. Good government is not fun. Good government is not fun. It's not engaging. If you all saw the last meeting, they did their job. They did it properly.
Yeah.
No drama, no chaos, and it doesn't necessarily hold the attention. So one of the reasons why Dolton is on the map is because this mayor just doesn't know how to kind of sort of check her attitude and watch her mouth.
Nope.
She made it easy to deal with her like that. And so but I want people to know that Kiana and all of the trustees, they're doing an amazing job
Amazing job.
in their lane of government. And I also think that they want to, you got to think about this, right? Why would they want to present that they would be more of the same? They want to show that they're poised and that they can communicate and that they're responsible. So why would they get on and be just as crazy, even though we know Kiana is colorful, but they're still maintain a level of professionalism. And I don't want to beat them down because they're not acting like us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. It was like at a point when they weren't fighting back. You had people that were mad at them for not fighting back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a damn if they do, damn if they don't situation. Because I get it. Like, and everybody up here, I'm pretty sure at some point you're watching. I know Miss Levi. She was going back watching. I know Shawan been watching all the board meetings, and Jedidiah. You know he not normal. So you already know he didn't watch every board meeting for the last 3 administrations. So, but to be disrespected the way they are, I can only imagine. It's like I can't even say. Think about it. Look at what I did yesterday. Like, I get it. Like, man, and then imagine, because I used to see it in living color, and I'm like, ain't no way I would be in jail. Like, it's bad. It is bad, and it was at points where I have literally heard this woman call them names and.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
She
see
put it like this. She has chilled a lot that they face to face.
Yeah. She is out of pocket. She is out of pocket. Jed, I had to ask you a question because I really want to follow up on this crooked police thing.
Grace, I'm back. This is my. No, I'm just playing. Hold on. Before we do that, because I want to stay on schedule, and I will get to your question. But I want to ask you really quickly, and I'm testing my producers right now. What has been literally your favorite or most memorable memory with this whole fiasco so far? Grace, what would be yours?
You getting chased by the popo, talking about, I'm not stopping. I was like, oh, snap, you about to go to jail. It's crazy. But then I'm like, why would you go to jail? And then you pay attention. This is how crooked in the open they are, that they would do that, chase after you in another jurisdiction. That was the most. That was saying, out of pocket, don't care, nobody stopping me.
And then go to the police station and say, well, why
and lie.
Yes.
No, I'm
Video coming out tomorrow.
I'm very proud of this moment because I didn't stop and I went to the house of police and say, why the hell was y'all chasing me with them?
Yeah, that's when I know Jed was my brother. I said, yo, I love this man. I love this man. He ride or die. So I was praying with you. My heart was dropping. I was just going through the motions. So I'm glad that you good, though. Because that can turn into a really bad situation.
No, don't get that clip. Next, Shawan.
I'm sentimental. Well, yo, no, I'm sentimental.
There's. Are you saying crazy, memorable type of moment with the administration?
It could be anything. But what was one of your most memorable or favorite moments throughout this whole ordeal?
I don't. A shocking moment when somebody sent me a video of Valerie Stubbs' car getting shot up. That just floored me. I just. Allegedly it was Tiffany and her henchmen or whatever. But I believe now that I've known what she is capable of and what her extreme supporters would do for her, I totally believe that had all to do with Tiffany. Valerie Stubbs getting her car shot up. That was shocking. This is somebody's mama. You did a drive by in daylight, and somebody had a ring camera. Did they catch those people? Clear. I'm pretty sure everybody that I showed the video with the car driving by, all the men knew what the type of car it is. Where's the police investigation in that? So that was baffling to me. Somebody's mama car getting shot up, and I think it had all to do with Tiffany.
Interesting. Dr. Nakita, I can't imagine you having just one, so I'll wait for you. Actually, Randall, what would be your most memorable or favorite moment?
Man, when Lacey in the village hall meetings was telling the people that if you clap or if you whistle or if you
Yeah,
drop a
that was
pin,
hilarious.
he gonna throw you out. I said, damn. So
You can't even whistle.
what if I like what you're saying? I can't. Cause I'm from the church, like we clap, we say amen, amen, Reverend, when you preaching, like you talking good. You're like, damn, I get put out because you talking good. I can't even remember smile. Damn.
That's crazy.
What kind of shit is that?
I can't even.
I mean now that's what I knew. That's what I knew. It was time for all of them to go to jail. That's what I knew right there and there. That broke the camel's back right there. That broke the camel's back. I couldn't clap. Put out for clapping. Damn.
I'm so sorry. That is hilarious. We gotta find that. Okay, producers, you all got it. Let's see if they can get it done. Let's get it on task. Dr. Nakita, give us your favorite and most memorable moment.
Okay, so you talking about since you've been here?
No, period. Just period.
Oh shit. Okay. We were in Washington D.C. Me, Tiffany, and Keith. I have a few. I'm gonna give you one from each experience. So we were in Washington D.C. and we were going over to this restaurant called Yardbird. And again, just disclaimer: we bought our own food. In fact, Keith Friedman's card declined. I had to buy his food. Anyway, I'm not mature. I'm not mature.
You
No,
so
sorry, y'all.
so messy.
His girlfriend is, oh my God.
Messy.
His girlfriend was doing like this for long.
His money was funny. He should have filed bankruptcy then. We wouldn't have exist. Anyway. But no, we were going over to Yardbird, and it was so funny because it was like it was this homeless guy, and he like reached up and tried to like grab me. Like he decided while he out here on this street, he had the audacity, like I'm finna just try to mac down Shorty. So I goes to like swerve, and then next thing you know, my heel got caught in this crack, and then here I am just rolling down the street. So at this point, I'm looking Tiffany on the floor too, but she on the floor from laughing. I'm like, this bitch really? And then so I finally get up. I wipe myself off. I mean, I had to take it in stride. But we're walking down the street, and like it's a lot of work being done in DC at the time. So like the street where they put those like metal things, like if it's a hole or something, you drive over it, you hear the loud noise, that doom doom doom. So we in DC, we're walking, and we went over the doom doom doom, and you heard the car go doom doom doom. And why did Keith Freeman run and leave us there?
What?
That's probably why Tiffany has got detail now everywhere she go, because she knew Keith wasn't gonna save her. So that's one. I mean, when I tell you, I laughed, I had a good time there. Me and Sherry, like just meeting the people, like, Sherry slid in the DM, Stephanie, oh my God. Oh, that was a funny story, Stephanie. So oh yes, you know what she's talking about, Jedidiah. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all that one too. But The meeting with Stephanie Wiedemann and Tiffany, and I'm in the office with them where they got into it. This is when Stephanie was still working at the township, and her and Tiffany were in the office. And you know how you in the background and you see this conversation just going left, like, okay, and I'm just sitting there, like, my job is literally to just take notes, because Tiffany's agenda was to, like, she wanted to talk to all the department heads and see what their expectations were. She said she had good intention, but when Stephanie came in there, she was ready to fight. So next thing you know, and Stephanie was with it, like, I'm on whatever you on, right? So it was great, but they're going back and forth, and I'm just sitting there like this. Like, so that was kind of funny. But then I had some health issues. I have lupus. Those who know, they know I have lupus. I've been dealing with lupus now for over 20 years. And shameless plug, I'm going to be doing a walk. I don't know if I told you, Jedidiah, this Saturday at Dolton Park. It's just one lap around the park, and then I'm going to feed y'all from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. If y'all can be here, come up, pull out. Well, after I quit, because a lot of the stuff around me quitting, I had a heart attack. Tiffany expected me to come to work after I had this heart attack. Like, that day, she told me to take my blood pressure pills and come to work to plan a Easter hunt event for her. So I leave, I quit, and then my health still wasn't back together. So I ended up having a heart attack. And how I found out about I was having a heart attack, I was on the phone with Sherry, who has experience in what the hell was that?
Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So I was on the phone with Sherry, and Sherry, she's from the fire department, so she knew the signs. I'm telling her my chest hurt, I was sweating, things of that sort. So I'm like, I'm gonna wait on my husband to get home, and he'll just take me to the ER. And she's like, no, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna call 911, blah blah blah. So 911 came. They said, okay, she is having a heart attack, but me being the workaholic I am, I took my laptop, I took my cell phones and everything, because I was on deadline. Well, in the midst of all of that, we had been working really diligently on this recall, right? So here I am in the car, and I'm talking to Sherry. She's hearing the sirens, and I'm like, listen, if I die, we still got to get this bitch. We still got to make sure that she go down. She recall, right? And then my last favorite thing is Dick and Dollars.
Yeah.
Dick and Dollars. I mean, like, I have so many stories. I don't want to spoil it for this movie that's going to be coming out. But when I tell Dick and Dollars, when I tell you, I can say hands down, that was the funniest thing. Oh, and Lacey, when you read the Match.com, Tinder, whatever, chat,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
baby. Here's the funny part. I'm going to give you some inside tea on that. Do you all know that conversation took place that Lacey was sending while a bank was being robbed in Dolton?
What?
I would
Ta-da!
have man.
Okay. Wait. Wait. Say that again.
That text thread that you read was taking place while a robbery was in progress.
Not surprised. Not surprised. I want to hear more about this
This
Lacey
is
man.
insane. This woman has literally come on the last 2 days and has literally, like, my mouth is like, you keep dropping like massive bombs. I would probably, if I was them, they probably want you to talk the least. Not anybody. What the fuck?
And I haven't said much publicly in 2.5 years. I have spared those people. However, I am going to write this movie because I need it done right.
I'm dead.
Because
Don't announce that. I think you should just do it. Don't even announce.
Yeah,
This is
please, just get it out.
what's so phenomenal and amazing is that you have this background story and you see what's going on and you're quiet. You're not trying to destroy them and you're not trying to press to be in the front of it. Um,
Nope.
and I think that that's absolutely amazing. Speaks to your character. Now, you being in the ambulance saying, "Let's get this," and then you still, and then you see how hard we're going, but you're still calling to say, "Look, that might not be right," or
Hmm.
you know, she could have been this or that. You still have this sense of protection or love for her, like somewhere in you, you still wish, I guess, that this wasn't as bad as it is.
I feel bad for her because here's the thing. I predicted not everything because this is some crazy stuff, but I predicted that this downfall. I didn't think it would be nowhere near as bad as it is, but I predicted the downfall based on how she's moving. So it's just sad to be right because again, I wholeheartedly stand by my statement when I said she had the potential. She had the potential.
She could
One
have.
thing about Tiffany, like I told you, Jedidiah, she's not lazy. That girl do not sleep. She blinks slow. Her mind is moving a million miles an hour. And at the beginning, she really just wanted to give and give and give and give and give. And it's like then you notice the shift, and it's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Wow. And now
And it's more so, I just want to knock her upside the head like you stupid. Like what is wrong with you?
you got it. You had it. You could have been
Yeah,
big forever.
she could
Like
have been good.
she could have
She
been big.
could have been who she wanted to be, and
Yep.
and if I'm positive she's watching this from a dummy account right now.
I,
But she could have been who she wanted to be. What's up, Akira? What up, boo? She could have been who she wanted to be. She know who she told me she wanted to be,
I
and she
think
could have been that, and she fumbled.
She fumbled. Well, I definitely, my producers have been spoken to me since we got those favorite moments, so I guess they looking for them. But Grace, Levi,
yes.
we gave me your thumbs up. So I want to encourage people to go and follow your platform. What are you streaming? I mean, what is your name of your page?
I'll go into Grace Levi, Uncensored Enlightenment Talk. You'll see Grace Levi.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
Grace, when that means thumbs up, that means that I got to be responsive to you while I'm in this Dolton ordeal. So before you beat me up, you can reach out to me and I'll answer whatever question you had. And you had one. What was that?
I just want to update on Lacey. Whatever you find, baby, let me just put it out there because I'm really against police corruption. I have seen what they have done to people and to, terrorize those old people that's in Dolton and have them fear for their life. They don't have anyone to protect them and have Lacey act like that. I could imagine the way he is. So give me some clips, baby, and we're going to make them go viral.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
can I have your blessing to join the YouTube community?
Yes, of course. I mean,
Just
actually,
follow.
I share your page and everything. You just didn't get in contact with me. I've been trying to, drop a few messages, but I'll be busy. I actually still work, but
You're
I'm
working.
in the background.
This shit ain't easy. Like I'm looking at all of these signals and stuff like that. I'm like, oh hell no. I wouldn't even try to do this without the producers. I can't even imagine how long you been doing it.
I've been doing this for like 4 years. Been trying to push the algorithm in on YouTube. I'm actually on Rumble as well. So whatever I can do to enlighten the Black community, change the narrative, talk about something a little different, that's what I do.
I've only been doing this for literally what 2 hours now, and I'm already ready. But joining us, Queen. We're gonna try to do your best moment on that. You have an amazing evening, okay?
Yes, ma'am, sir. Thank you.
Somebody said, JB, you got the juice now.
Wait, what happened? Did I do that
Somebody
right?
said, JB, you got the juice
Did I
now.
do that right or wrong? I'm sorry. Did I do that wrong? Yeah, I'm sorry. Give me a second. I'm still learning this. Okay, got it. Okay. Um, dang, I meant to ask her one other thing. Darius, are you with us or you gone? According to Tiffany, go pay your bill. I, I think there. I think that Darius is there. So, were we able to get any of those clips? I didn't see it either. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, Shawan,
Yes. Yes, sir.
saying that right?
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. My producer said, but they have my favorite moment. Let me see in the chat. What do you all think is my favorite moment? Let me just see real quick, y'all. Give me 1 second. I gotta go where my producers are. What do you all think is my favorite moment in this whole situation?
I know it's something ignorant. I just know it's something. Uh,
Is it the township town hall?
The town hall is not there, so nope.
it's Andrew Holmes, something with Andrew Holmes.
Okay, I think you probably just cheated because I know you can hear my.
I just see.
But I think I laughed the absolute most. And I think I was just like literally like blown away and shocked to see an elder in this kind of position. But this is later.
Hey, bro.
But you know, before I play this on this clip, you know, Ellen was watching me every night, and Andrew Holmes, she didn't tell us, but we knew this. He was calling her phone every 15 minutes, every 10, 15 minutes, trying to convince her to let him back in. And one of the things that's creepy about this is that is the same thing that you have all of these survivors saying that he's consistently or actively coming at them, calling them, showing up unannounced, a true creep. But this video, after we played that video on the live, I guess Helen saw them hips moving and she said, "Baby, come on home. Let's get a restraining order against this."
Oh my god.
Hold on. Brianna say Andrew popping that Bucci
Like
cat.
what? Like she
I'm
popped.
That
logging off.
Bucci
I
cat.
cannot with y'all today.
I'm like, wait, then like, bro, ain't you like 80? Like he was going in, but it was when the hands touched the knee.
That was the hands on the
When
knees.
the
The
hands,
hands on the
He
knees.
said,
producer want to run it back. Like let's
On your knees. Hands
everything
on
that
your knees.
touches knees and watch that Chi-Town footwork try to come out. What else I think I've learned about dancing is you always got that one side that's stronger than the other.
Your left side stronger than the right
That
side.
left side strong.
hey, why he got the Freddy Krueger boots on though? Like, what is that all about? What is
Those are
happening with
orthopedic shoes. Those are orthopedics.
His
He
feet
said, I got on my good
as
shoes, then my
hell.
walking shoes.
His toes comfortable as hell. You hear
Say comfortable. Those CTA issue
me?
issues.
Straight from the chiropractor.
Oh my god.
All going in on this man, and it's crazy because he has
Oh my god, the
literally.
Herman Monster
He said
orthopedic.
instead of him saying if he's innocent of this or anything, he says I'm not worried about it.
Mhm.
And he has not made any public statement of sympathy or clarification, and he has no litigation. And the other thing that I find to be very very disturbing is that for him to be a man of the people and he's trying to present that he's not guilty, he has literally not shown up to any Dolton board meeting since this thing has come to light. What do you all think of that?
I think he's guilty. He has something to hide.
I agree. He has something to hide, and I brought this up during my live stream earlier. You think that the board of trustees could? I don't know if they have an ordinance in place where job abandonment. You're refusing to do your job. You missed the last what 2 to 3 board meetings. That's job abandonment. So how they did a pro tem for the mayor, they need to do that for Trustee Andrew Holmes. You
So
know.
it's something that they mentioned at the tea with the trustees on Saturday. So what happens in this case, even if let's just say they do whatever it is they need to do to remove Andrew Holmes, the mayor still has the right to put someone else in that seat. So yeah, I think that they need to remove him or whatever the process is, whatever needs to happen. But she's still gonna just put somebody just as bad because, as you can see, we have no confidence in who she's gonna appoint in that seat. So she can probably go from bad to worse because let's just be honest, she got a few essays under her belt. So
Yeah.
you just never, SOs, I guess. But she got a few SOs under her belt. So that being said, you just don't know. We don't know if we're confident in who she's gonna put in that seat. That
Can you
replacement,
run
yeah.
that back? You said the mayor can appoint somebody right now.
Yeah, like if Andrew Holmes, let's say Andrew Holmes give a statement today and say, "I'm done with the seat. I no longer want this seat." Um, and he leaves the seat. It is the responsibility of the mayor to appoint the next replacement.
For the rest of his term, but literally no one can do anything if he doesn't vacate because he's duly elected.
And exactly. So he's newly elected. So imagine her putting someone in his seat. He's there for 3 more years because he just got reelected. So now let's just say, the inevitable happens and she's convicted or she loses the next election, but whoever she put in that seat is gonna be a bad seat for the next 3 years.
Interesting. And I think people need to learn that about government. You can elect somebody, they could not show up for the whole time that they're elected, and they still get paid. They still keep their seat. There is no, most times, there's no recall. Legislators are not going to put recall language in the law because it gives you the ability to take away their job.
Exactly.
And so there is nothing that can be done. And I guess we just gonna have to wait it out for either criminal charges or full out flat resignation and or the registered voters voting them out when the appropriate time comes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Shawan, I don't know
Yes.
your favorite moment, but thank you. You are one of those who are on the list. I appreciate you because you've not made this harder than it already is. You
Yeah.
reported what I would feel or what we would believe to be above board, and we appreciate it because we know you're your own boss in this. But you're giving the people something respectable, and that's why I'm honored to have you on today. And I'll give you some final words, and hopefully we'll get your moment on there. What would you like to say?
Uh, I appreciate you just allowing me to speak. Thank you for all the information you have provided. I always share your information on my live stream, and thank you, Dr. Nakita. I appreciate you because you started giving me some information early on. But I appreciate every single last one of you guys. I even appreciate the people that's in the comment section. And I always, for Dolton, I do have relatives that lives there. And I'm praying for those people.
Yeah.
I pray for them daily, and I hopefully justice is served. Hopefully they'll get the right people in office, and they can move forward because I believe Dolton can be a great village. I do believe that. It's 91% black. I think they do have most of the majority of the residents, it seemed like they look out for each other.
Hmm.
So I believe that it could be a great city, but they just need to get the corruption out, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, follow me on all platforms, ChawanneBurns.
You got. I was just saying how to follow you all. I would highly recommend her and her reporting. Thank you again, and hopefully you'll come back on and hang out with me another time.
I sure will. And you know what? I got to have you on my show too. You know.
That will be an honor.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you all have it, it's ChawanneBurns, and again, I think you guys should definitely go and follow her page. We met two wonderful people who are YouTubers, um, and they are not the typical kind of YouTubers. And what I've seen, they're really trying to get things out without being, and I don't think that I should not have people hold me accountable or ask questions, but you can tell the difference between an agenda to compete and an agenda to inform. And so I
Yeah.
appreciate them because they're informative. And my commitment to you all, especially when I'm asking for you all's help in different various times and having your participation, is I'm going to be responsive to responsible reporters. So thank you for them for coming on today. Nakita,
Yo.
you are something special, force to reckon with. I said this to you in our conversation. It's crazy to me because it seemed like she had all the right people around her, and you all were doing it to keep her on the path of making it to where her destination was. Everybody who stayed seemed to have a real sketchiness to them, and the people who were solid, credentialed, focused, ethical, all of y'all left. It's a sad situation.
Yeah. It is, and I know I get asked a lot, like, why stay? Why do I continue to stay? I don't live in Dolton, full transparency, and I stay because I feel I have a moral obligation to those residents. One thing I will say about the residents of Dolton, they are dope. Like, get you a Dolton. Like, if more and more communities come together, like the residents in Dolton, like the Sherry Brittons, like the even Kiana, the Tammy, the trustees, Brittany, Jason, Ed, Mary, Valerie Stubbs. Like, you see how the residents show up. Stephanie, and Stephanie, I don't think she's not a resident of Dalton either. But when I tell you the Dalton family is strong and they're close knit and they show up for everybody. And I remember even when I was getting married and my engagement party, the whole squad, even Chief Collins, showed up to help set up and put up chairs and things like that. That means a lot to me. Like, it's really a family, and it breaks my heart to see what they're going through, and that's what make me want to stay and help them fight and make it right again, because people have played in their face for years. They don't deserve that. That's why I'm internally grateful to you for all you do, and you lit that fire. I know you don't like taking credit, but you lit that fire. And I mean, like, even at the barbecue last Friday, amazing. Amazing. Then the way you closed Hell Week in prayer. You took the people to church. Like, seriously. That's important. And we love you for that. We needed that. It was a rough week. It was Hell Week. You got mad at us. And, you got mad at them. I wasn't in the country. No, but, but it's like you became part of the family, and we needed that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you do is unmatched and it's needed. And we love you for that. And I thank you. Yeah, like, for real, for real. You see Sherry right there. Thank you, Jedidiah. Like, you that guy. And then it takes a village. And Dalton is that village. They the goal. Because despite the corruption and all that stuff that's going on in the political realm, they are a village. They are the definition of what a village looks like. Yeah, so I'm riding with them till the wheels fall off.
And I think I am too. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing myself when the Dalton fight is won. So Nakita, you are a hero of mine, and you know why. And so we definitely, hopefully, have you come back again,
Yeah, of course.
and we're gonna try to get your favorite moment posted up too. I love you.
Love you too. Bye, babe. See y'all later.
Okay, man. So I want to give a few more moments to wrap this up. This was amazing, but there is a woman, and I don't know if she's still on here, but I saw her come on here, and I've had the opportunity to talk to you a few times, and I want to tell you this: what you lost, and because this is substantive, I really am trying to figure out if she's still on here or not. But you are a businesswoman. You were married to a party in this ordeal. I've done my research on you, and I just want to say this to you. You are one hell of a woman. You haven't spoke out publicly that I know of. But what you lost won't even be able to touch what I believe you're going to gain. And a lot of times it could be painful, it could be confusion, or we could just be okay with it. But when I look at the caliber of who you are versus the caliber of the person who you had to deal with, it doesn't match. And sometimes being broken from someone you're unequally yoked with does so much more for your existence than we sometimes could ever imagine. I would rather be by myself, um, doing bad than to be with somebody who doesn't deserve what I bring to the table. And so I just want to tell you that I applaud you. And based on my research, you did everything right in that story. And what has become of it, it's not your fault. And so with that being said, we're going to play a couple, or at least I think we got one of the favorite moments. To my producers, they're going to play one of the requested favorite moments. They found it. The guest's not on here no more, but they found it. So producers, take it away. So right now I'm being followed by a cop car, and then he is pulling behind me, and I don't know who he is. Why are you following me? Okay, so this is a cop car, and that's Lacey. This is Lacey. This is some cop from some fucking department following me right now. Who are you? It's a completely tinted car. They following me wherever I'm going. I'm not fucking afraid. Who are you? Who are you? You going on the whole other side. Who the fuck are you? I'm not afraid of none of y'all, so don't play no games with me, bro. Don't follow my car. Don't fucking follow my car. Have a good day. Have a fucking good day. They literally are following my fucking car, circling me. I don't know who this is, but all of a sudden now that I have a conversation with this man, now this fucking car, and it looked like that shit, is that a Dodge? So what's up, bro? Like what's up? Like, what do you want? Move. All right, so now this then went to a whole nother level. Now they want to play games with me a whole different way. So I'm trying to figure out who the fuck this is. That's a blacked out car. It's police plated. You know what, bro? They got me fucked up. Y'all got me good and fucked up. It's police cars all fucking around me, and they Dolton. These are all Dolton police officers, and I want to tell y'all really got the right nigga. Got the right one, bruh. Got the right one. Look, there go another cop car right there. There's a cop car behind me. Now they finna go talk. These are all cop cars. You feel me? They surrounding my shit. I'm definitely on whatever they on. What's up, bro? What's good? I'm not safe right now. I'm not safe, and I'm literally being surrounded by fucking blacked out police cars. And I love this shit. If she was speaking specifically to the part when it was in pursuit, but that's okay. You did an amazing job, and with that being said, I want to thank my producer for the phenomenal job and the teams that are backing her up. And y'all, let me tell y'all this. But hold on, before I do that, I want to protest a little bit. Okay, y'all, I had to get that little protest out. That video made me want to protest a nigga real fast. But what I want to thank my producers for is for having my back. These the production of this comes part of a new team. There's a new team, and they're my freshman investigators, and that this has been birthed out of that team. And I want to thank these people for their tireless service and dedication to this cause. all of them, and I don't. They don't want to be mentioned. They're not looking for accolades. They're not trying to be seen. But I have 3 investigative teams now. I have a special projects team, and now we have a production team that is becoming and growing. And so everything that I got. So when people say, "What are you getting paid?" I don't have to get paid anything because I got new people in my life that money couldn't possibly buy, and I'm gonna thank them and do as much as I can every single time, every chance that I get. But it gives me a resource that I can now take from Dolton and lend to other places in society that we may end up helping or encountering. And so I'm forever grateful to you all and to them, to my producer, who you all cannot see here at this particular moment. But you all, it is amazing because now we can show video, we can show receipts, we can bring people on. And I just now have to try to figure out how to marry my natural self with this now professionalized self. But y'all, do me a favor and make sure that you all are tuning in every single day because it's about to get heavy. I'm about to give y'all some new information, stuff that hasn't been reported on because my team has been researching everything over, and it's crazy to say it's way more stuff to investigate. Hold on, let me do another protest. And I got to move it around and make it look like it's a million people with me in this damn thing. But with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed our broadcast today. Remember, we're going to be going from here. Put up the post. We're going to be going up from here to YouTube. So this was a tester. This is my thanks to all of the amazing YouTubers. But you guys, from moving forward, we will be going over to the YouTube platform primarily. We're going to make y'all aware that we're going to get ready to go live over there. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. But y'all, we want you all to please do us a favor and join the YouTube platform. I don't see the thing yet. Join the YouTube platform, investigate and advocate with your boy Jedidiah Brown. Investigate and advocate. And with that being said, I love y'all. What I say? I hope I said something that added value to your life. Chicago, I love you. Dalton, I got your back. America, sometimes you be tripping, but I love you with action. And remember this, I want to talk about Tiffany Henyard's details. I want to talk about Kamal Woods a little bit because we have not really done that. I want to talk about a lot of stuff, okay? And we're coming with brand new, fresh receipts. Y'all have a great night. Thank you for tuning in.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making it. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long.
I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
Boys, I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all. Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for course access.